Welcome back to the channel, friends. It is good to be here, and I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to be taking a look at the playtest version of a game called The Kingdom Loop. And this is a game that's a lot like the wonderful title that is Loop Hero, if you've ever played that one, except for this one is 3D, but it has, similar mechanics. So in this game, you will grow an army as your hero loops the track. The key to building a strong army lies in your gear selections, but also the cards that you're choosing to play onto the field. Now, the key is in the cards with this game in that the cards will empower the boss, but give you army. There's also other types of cards that you can play that will weaken the boss as well. And at the end of the loop, at the end of the session, I guess you could say, you do square off against the boss, and may the best team win. So we're going to hop on into a brand new run, but before we do that, you're probably wondering, how do I get my hands on this game? Because there is no free demo on Steam. In fact, the release date is simply coming soon. Well, this game is in an active playtest right now. It goes through July 25th. And I actually have 5 keys to the playtest. And I'd be happy to hook you up with one of those 5 keys. Just reach out to me via email at aboboknows@gmail.com. Or you can join the Discord as well and DM me on Discord. Both links will be in the video description below. Just reach out, I'll hook you up. But keep in mind that the key is only good through the playtest period, which ends July 25th. So let's hop on in, smash the like button, and become a subscriber if you are new here. You can also become a member as well if you like. Would greatly appreciate all of those things. Thank you so much. Now let's rock and roll. Alright, so it all begins with the hero selection. We have Richard Ironhand as our hero today. So he's got a variety of stats. I don't exactly know what all of these stats are. I know this is strength and speed. There's ones like cunning and faith and things of the like. We'll learn a little bit more about them once we hop on in. But Richard has 3 unique cards available to him. The tournament field, the training camp, and the peasant shooting range. And it does look like these will convert existing units into more powerful versions of better units, which is nice. He's also got the artifact, the defender medal, which essentially means we want to try to use first line tagged units, okay? So let's go. Alright, so we are effectively in the world of Kingdom Loop here. And in the top left corner, you do have your resources, so gold is useful because you can actually pull cards from, I guess you could call this a shop, okay? So you can purchase these at any time that you like. You can sell gear and things for more gold. You can also build like gold mines and things of the like to generate gold. You also have these resources here too, and these will help you by upgrading existing buildings to improve effectiveness, okay? We have our hand here, so these are the cards that we can play, and these cards will do a variety of things just like in Loop Hero. This is the boss that is coming once this timer fills all the way up. The boss is going to spawn on the field, and then we will fight him as soon as we encounter him. And once I press go, our hero will simply travel this path. And we have an encounter here against a couple of vampires, it looks like. Another one right there, and another one right here. And of course, as we play more cards and do more things, the field is going to get more and more populated. So really all does depend on what cards you're playing, and how you're playing them, and the effects that those cards have. Like, for instance here, the village. Let's just take a look at it. It's going to give us 5 of these infantry soldiers, which are these guys, the militia, okay? We also have the crossbowmen and the horsemen. And just like in maybe like a Heroes of Might and Magic or something, you can sort of arrange your battle formation, okay? But let's take a look at the village here. So it's going to give us 5 militia. And once the day completes, we will actually recruit, okay? But 5 militia, but also take a look. It's going to improve the Ancient Evils stats by 3. Whatever that little mask stat is. And actually, what is that? So that is called the adaptability, which is going to strengthen the following units, okay? So as you're adding buildings that give you army, you are actually empowering the boss as well. So I do believe you probably want to balance it just a little bit. And likewise, we have our own stats here as well. And gear will help us improve these metrics, which will make our units stronger too, okay? That's basically how it works. Another cool thing about this game is there's actually a card synergy system. So if we left click this village, you can actually see there's all kinds of combinations, right? So if this village is next to 2 woods or 2 dark woods or whatever, it's going to make this, which is the sawmill, which will do something different. It'll produce a different unit type and also wood, okay? We also have, say, this, which appears to be some kind of mountain. This is going to make a quarry for you, which will give you 4 of these guys. Looks like maybe knights or soldiers, and then also 3 stones, okay? And it's actually a pretty deep system in this game where there's a lot of different synergies, man. Like, there's so many different combos to make that will affect the final outcome of your card. So you definitely want to make sure you're placing cards in the right spot, or you can certainly experiment and mess around and just kind of see what happens with different things. So I really found that compelling about this game, and it's also one of the things I really enjoyed about Loop Hero as well. Let's go ahead and let's get a village placed. And let's keep in mind here, so it looks like if we get 3 villages next to one another, then we get what's called a settlement, which will give us double the output of these militia. So maybe we can focus on that. And it looks like the settlement will actually upgrade into a city as well, which will give us, 15. But also keep in mind, it's going to make the Ancient Evil even stronger. But I think it's probably a good starting card to go with. Maybe we can try a little stack of villages, like up here somewhere. Doesn't really matter where they're placed. Once this day concludes, we will recruit whatever we can into our army. We also have a reserve army right here. You can switch them in and out as you like, as long as you're not in fight. Furthermore, we have this protective obelisk. So what is this exactly? What does this do? Radiates beneficial energy that protects the surrounding nature from the dark curse. Okay, so this will maybe prevent the spread of unsavory buildings like dark castles. And yeah, this is a dark castle which is spawning vampires. And what is this unit? Vampire mage. Okay. Then once we get into battle, we'll get more into unit properties. But I don't know. Do I throw this next to these cursed structures? It looks like if we put it next to forests and whatnot, we get a protected forest that does weaken the boss. Okay, well, maybe we can do that. Let's make a protected forest. Alright, there it is. Protected forest. Very nice. Protected lake as well. Yeah, you bet. Protected lake. Okay, so all of this is making the boss weaker, actually, which is nice. I think we can hold on to this protective obelisk. Either that or we can simply just throw it down there and we can get some more structures around it. How about a meadow? You bet. How about a mountain? It's going to make him weaker. So this guy's got his stats nerfed to now. And then we can play this fort, which is going to give us 6 of these. What appear to be like swordsmen. What are these units exactly? These guys are infantry. Okay. So let's definitely play the fort. It does not combine with anything. Actually, I stand corrected. It does combine with many things. In fact, it can be upgraded even. You just need some stones and some iron, it looks like. Okay, cool. We'll see if we can play that in the middle. Maybe we have an opportunity to combine it into something. We'll certainly see. But let's begin our little voyage here. So we have speed controls right up here. You'll probably want to crank up the speed just a little bit. And then the first event is going to happen once we encounter this vampire right here. And then the more structures you play, the Ancient Evil gets more, gets a little more rowdy. So if we play 25 more structures that actually summon units into our army for us, then the Ancient Evil is going to show his face. And here he is talking smack, of course. So, combat. We start combat, okay, and your units are on different timers based on their speed, I do believe. Attack speed, okay. And then once it's your turn, you can select who you want to attack. Now, different units have different attack priorities, okay? So if we look at the tags at the bottom there, there's 4 for the vampires, okay? And if we look at the militia, the attack priority, that little checkbox or line, right? So that is the tag that he is good at attacking, so it's wise for our militia here that's going first to attack similar tagged units, which both of these are, right? So let's just take him out. Boom. Let's take him out. Crossbowman with the shot. Armor penetration, so each unit has a special skill as well, which is nice. And then upon winning fights, you actually do get gear. And this is going to augment your stats. So +7 strength on this accessory. Don't mind if I do. Then we have a loot. Also an accessory, imagine that. But one useful thing about this is if you hover over the item, you can see these little green and red arrows, right? So you can see how it actually affects the units that you're using. So this shield right here is actually going to improve our militia and crossbowmen. So let's go ahead and just sell this for 30 gold. And we have 2 more forests. So let's see. What do these do? So if you combine these next to a sawmill, okay. I mean, that makes sense, right? What if we get a bunch of trees? What is this, a dark castle or something? Not even sure what that is. I think what we do is we simply just load up this obelisk. And it looks like adjacency, looks like diagonal counts for adjacency as well. Let's keep going. Got another fight on our hands. And you can see the first day is almost complete, which means we will recruit more units into our little party. Alright, so these guys go first. I think one opportunity with this game just immediately is the attack animations, right? Seems like every unit kind of does the same animation, shoots a little, like, energy orb, I suppose. Definitely make the swords clash and the arrow shoots and things of the like. We have some gloves. So +7 of this stat here, mastery. Don't mind if I do. And then we have another accessory. So this is going to increase intelligence, but lower... That's intelligence, right? Yeah. It's going to lower faith. Okay. Well, it's going to be a debuff to our existing units. So let's just sell it. We have a crystal mine. Okay. So this is going to produce 5 crystals, but also golems. Okay. And the golems will, of course, appear on the track for us to fight. But I do think we certainly want some crystal presents so we can start getting some resources. Then we have Arena of the Lords. So it looks like this will produce lions. Is that so? So we got lions. And then what's that other one? Fighting lions. Okay, so a stronger form of the lion. Okay. And what does this do exactly? Some of the UI features need a little bit of work. Of course, it's just a playtest, right? They're working to make the game better. Alright, so it looks like this does upgrade with 50 gold and 10 crystals into the Arena of the Kings, where it looks like you can face off against a King Lion, Heraldic Lion. Wow. Okay, so these guys are actually pretty intense. 210 health. My goodness, man. Well, I certainly think that we won it. And just like in Loop Hero, right? Just like in Loop Hero, it's like, what are you putting on the field? Are you going to make your job a little harder? Yes. Is there rewards to be had? The answer is also yes. So we got some crystals there because we passed by. And a new day dawns and we get more army. So how about this? We actually recruit lions. Okay, I was not expecting that. I was expecting us to fight them, but no, we recruit them, which is super cool. The fighting lions, particularly, with 60 HP. We also got some horsemen. Let's get the lions on the front line. And let's go. Got some lions now, dude. That's what I'm talking about. This guy hits my crossbow, man. I don't appreciate that too much. Alright, good job. Let's get them. Crossbows. That's right. Now we get some more gear. We also got some more cards. So what is this? An accessory that increases speed by 6. It's going to benefit our horses, but be a debuff to our lions, militia, and crossbows. So I'm good. Let's sell it. And then this, another accessory that does us no good, really. Now we have another village. So I want to stack these villages together to make them morph, of course. And let's go ahead and let's just build out these obelisks to continue to weaken the boss, who is starting to get a lot of knowledge and adaptability. Okay? So we want to keep an eye on that as well. Don't want the boss to be too strong. In fact, I could spend 100 gold, or we could wait for the next loop to upgrade this. I think we can muster up 50 gold. Actually, just 10. So let's go ahead and get this village. And now you see that this upgrades into a settlement because we have 3 villages touching one another. Now we need 3 settlements touching one another to make a city. Okay? So let's see if we can do that. Alright, we got another Arena of the Lords. We also have a tournament field, which is going to change our horsemen into what appears to be knights. Okay, that's pretty cool. Graveyard. So Arena of the Lords does make the Ancient Evil stronger, but I mean, we do have crystals, right? We got lucky with that crystal, so let's go ahead and grab the Arena of the Lords. And does this upgrade at all? Just buy resources, okay. Let's go ahead and throw it right there. So now we're going to be getting double lions, right? We got all kinds of rings. So it looks like, I think, so this is a bandit camp, and a lot like in Loop Hero. So if you haven't played Loop Hero, this is probably a bit new to you, but essentially the bandit camp here is going to spawn bandits, okay? Bandits will fight you. They're not on our team. And what happens is the bandit camp does spawn. Now you can demolish it if you like, but it spawns once you have like a certain amount, I would assume, villages. So since we have, you know, 3 villages or 1 settlement and 2 villages, you get a bandit camp. And these things will continue to happen as you play more and more cards. For these rings, though, we have change of bonuses. For melee, bonus from will, change faith. Okay, so for melee damage, or maybe a melee type unit. Yeah, so a melee tagged unit will get increases from the will stat instead of faith. That's how I read that. Otherwise, we have change of target for flying. Changes target to support. Okay, so this will make our flying units good against support units. Weakening, so this will lower the ancient evil stats. I'm all about that. For monster unit stat damage scales from strength. Well, this will actually benefit our lions. Well, at least this stack of lions, the fighting lions. So we'll do that, because we have high strength, right? Let's keep moving. We got a sunken tower. Looks like it summons some unsavory things, and once the day ends, we do, of course. What is this? Once the day ends, the enemies do spawn on the field, though, and it looks like we grab some iron. Very nice. We got some golems, though. And these guys are... So this one's going to attack my archer. This guy goes for all melee units. We'll see if we can get the crystal golems out of there quickly. And a lot of the unit variety reminds me of like an HOMM. Like it really does. I really do like a lot of the different things this game is working with. I think it needs some polish, right? It's an playtest demo. It's to be understood. It's to be expected. Change the target. For second line, changes to support unit. For second line, adds the tag warrior. For second line, adds a tag warrior. And that sounds good to me, I think. Let's keep going. We got another crystal mine. Well, this is good. Great news. Let's see. So, can these be combined at all? I don't think so. Let's throw it right there, though. Now we got 10 of these. Just need a bit more gold so I can actually sell these rings. So let's do it. And let's get this upgraded. Alright, so right-click to upgrade. And now we have these heraldic lions, which is cool. And we can get this village here. And we'll get another one in there to get another settlement as well. Let's keep going. In fact, let's crank up the speed. Alright, let's go. Let's get them. Alright, infantry takes a hit. And of course, you can only have 6 active units in your battle party. But as I mentioned a bit earlier, your extra units will stack up here and you can switch them in as you like. So we'll get our heraldic lions soon here, and we'll see if we can find a fit for them. So this is going to up speed by 14, but lower adaptability by 6. It's going to benefit our horses and weaken everybody else because we're taking off the strength increase. This right here is going to up adaptability by 9. And it's in the weapon slot, so we'll take it. Go ahead and sell that. Throw another metal right there. Let's throw a lake right here. Boom. Alright, let's go. Alright, we got a gold mine. Obviously useful, 50 gold. We got a battlefield. So it looks like you get loot on the battlefield when you cross through it. Otherwise, we've got the Vodyanoi Dam. So it looks like it's going to give us aquatic species, either that or we fight. Defeating them, you can find items improving knowledge. Okay. I think we gotta go gold mine. Let's go with the gold mine. Let's throw that right there. And let's see, what kind of rings do we have? For melee, adds tag shooter. Adding a tag. See, I wish I knew what some of these tags did. Like, some of them are pretty self-explanatory, so for melee units, add the undead tag. But more importantly, like, why? Why you want more or less tags, right? That's what I would like to understand. I think we can just sell all of this. It's going to give us some gold to play around with. We'll get 10 crystals here. We want to save 50 to upgrade this. A shrine. So what does this do? Weakens the enemy by a pretty good margin. This will give us 6 more units. The fort. I think I've already got a fort, right? Yeah, so if we stack up a couple of these forts, we actually get a castle. So let's go ahead and let's throw a fort in there. You bet. And let's save 50. All right, nice. We got 50 gold there. Perfect. All right, how about this? We got our Heraldic Lions. 228.9 health. 19.6 damage. I mean, by far the best unit that we have. It's not even close. So we certainly want to add them. In fact, how about a Lion frontline? Sounds good to me. I'd like to get more crossbows. Figure out how to get them. But let's add in our lions. Let's pull out the horsemen. Add in the lions. Academy of Magicians. Okay, so this is going to produce what appears to be 6 mages and 4... What are these guys? 4 knight mages. Okay. Okay, cool. And does it upgrade? It does if you can stack up a bunch of them. You can also upgrade it with crystals. And this will give you what? What is this? The living armor. 300 health. Wow. 35 through 44 damage as well. The answer is likely yes. We just gotta get there. Looks like we have a haunted steed, a kelpie on the field as well. All right, Academy of Magicians. I mean, absolutely. We'll throw that out. Throw it right there. Fortress, what does this do for me? Gives me heavy infantry. Okay, 50 health. And does this combine with anything? It does not, but it does greatly empower our foe. I'm okay with it. Let's go. Let's see how our new King Lion does. I mean, he's hitting good. What I like about him is he's very, very durable. Can really shake off a lot of attacks. Alright, let's get him again. Got some gear to take a look at as well. Obviously, strength is our money stat. We want to see if we can keep getting our strength up. But is the complexion going to change a little bit once we start adding mages? So we got the Tower of Mages. Okay. Does this go with the Academy at all? Because this is different. Academy of Magicians, right? Order of Mages. So this is different. Even though it looks the same, it's still different. Yeah, Tower of Mages. Okay, so we want like the same kind of deal. We have an empty treasury. If you fill it, the reward will be truly royal. I mean, I don't hate the idea of that. We got another fort, so this is good. Nice. Now we got a fortress. And we have an abbey. Okay, so what is this? It's going to give us the cleric. Okay. Inspirational strike. Strengthens the defense of the first line allies with each strike. Seems useful for a back line. And what does this combine with? Looks like a bunch of abbeys. Okay, cool. Well, let's add it. Absolutely. See if we can make a stack of a couple of abbeys as well. Let's throw in the horsemen. Now we're going to get a couple of crystals. Alright, perfect. And now we have a relic, or an artifact. Berserker Axe. Reduces the defense of players' warriors with the melee tag. Increase their maximum damage by 2 units. Mines bring 30% more resources and spawn 50% more enemies. When using a card, there's a 10% chance of returning the used card to your hand. I like that one quite a bit. Let's upgrade this to get more lions very, very soon. And let's keep going. Alright, very nice. So we have 9 heraldic lions now. And what do you know? We got all kinds of new options. Heavy infantry. We have the knight mages, 53 health, 9 attack. These guys do 10 through 11, 15 through 16 for the damage, 13 through 15. The clerics, I think they're useful. Gonna help buff up our front line. Knight mages, maybe we can just kind of build a stack of them. But obviously we need some more gold. so we can keep kind of shuffling the stack. In fact, you can re-roll it too. Alright, nice job, guys. Way to go. What do we have for gear? Okay, so... wow, 18 intelligence. Looks like 18 adaptability. So this is 4 strength, 4 speed. Let's throw that on. What about this? 18 speed. We have this, which is 11 adaptability. This is like faith and... what is this again? Knowledge. It's like plus 10 melee. This is plus 7 strength, which helps all of our units, which is great. Okay. Let's go ahead and sell. I think a quick sell button would be nice as well. We've got another one of these protective obelisks. I mean, it makes everything weaker, right? It makes the enemy weaker, that is. Can it be used on a city? Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's just natural formations. We can throw this mountain down right there, that's for sure. We can go protective obelisk. I think we can throw it right there and start adding some more things around it. Let's add this lake. Let's add a forest. Got another village here, yes. Boom. Nice, another settlement. Another lake right there. Okay, very, very good. Good way to spend the gold. Let's keep on going. Looks like the Ancient Evil is ready to pop, so 5 more tiles with units will cause the Ancient Evil to come. So we're going to have to try to understand exactly how strong he is. I mean, we kind of went all in on the lions here, and they seem to be pretty strong. Doing pretty good. So let's see. I mean, he's got 28 strength. Wow. This does plus 14 strength. So obviously you want a lot of items. Tournament field, what is this? So this is going to change our horsemen into knights. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Okay, so we need 1 more. Battlefield Manor, what does this do? How about another tournament field? Alright, let's go, boys. Alright, so the lion takes a hit, but he's just fine. That's right, get wrecked, bandits. Alright, we get some more cards, we get some more gear. It's like our weak militia take a hit. Alright, tournament field. Let's install that right here. In fact, I didn't check. Could this be upgraded? No. Okay. Alright, we got all kinds of things. We could go meadow. We could go forest. Okay, so looks like he's out on the field. Okay, so there he is. So once we complete our loop, we're going to get back around to this guy. And then it's boss time. So let's try to make him as weak as possible. I mean, he's got really, really high knowledge, adaptability, and strength, which is kind of scary. I guess we have 35 strength. We're not completely weak in all these categories either. $19 speed. Let's sell it. This is going to lower his speed by 16. Let's do it. For champion, bonus from faith, change to agility. Well, we don't have high agility at all. Changes target to support. Changes target to second line. Alright, well, I've got heavy infantry. We've got knight mages. I'm going to be getting some knights, I do believe. Looks like our crossbowman supply took a huge hit. So let's throw on the mage. And I still don't have a helmet. This is going to make our beast lion stronger. So let's do it. And let's sell all this stuff. Got another protective obelisk. Does it work on these? Oh, nice. It converts them. So maybe that's like the best use for it. To convert the things that have been corrupted, right? I got a couple more rings. Let's sell them for resources. More cards, right? I think we need our king lion to stay alive. He just crushed 38 unfinished golems. Now, probably not the most impressive unit, but still a pretty good attack sequence. Out of the way, boys. Alright, we got another fortress. Okay, so that's not considered adjacent to these two, huh? Guess gotta understand adjacency maybe a little bit more. Well, let's keep doing what we can to weaken. Alright, nice. So we got... What do we have now? We have knights. Okay, so these guys are all about melee. Which you would probably assume. Let's get the horsey. Get him. Alright, nice job. Our beast line, dude. Maybe we can get one more stack of them before the boss fight. We'll certainly see. We'll see if it times out. We need the day to end. But yeah, our lions are getting real strong, man. And 283 HP. You love to see that. So if you look closely at the units there, you see the little symbols that are in yellow. So that is the stat when it's boosted on your hero. It's going to be boosted on your unit as well, okay? Temple of Heroes. Heroes receive buffs that strengthen their powers and grant new abilities for a time. Sounds like a great thing right before the boss fight. Got another tournament field. We'll throw it right there. Meadow. Answer is obviously yes. Settlements. Can I, like, destroy this? Most unfortunate. Wait, more gear. 6 strength. The answer is yes. Got this. Plus 15. Adaptability. But we do lose 7 strength. Not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that. What is this? Plus 11 melee. That's 14 strength. Really hard to take off. Sell the rest of this stuff. I mean, I think in a lot of ways it depends on what kind of units he has. The boss. Arena of Lords. Okay, so there's another Arena of Lords where we could get some more lions. Need 400 gold though. Might be tough to stumble across that. Alright, nice job, lions. And these guys got 27 HP. No slouches either. Okay, so the Heraldic Lion just absorbed the entire attack of the enemies, which is excellent. These Vampire Warriors are actually pretty strong at 60 HP. Heraldic Lion, though, just so strong. Definitely need a powerhouse unit. We did lose 2 of them, though. So I don't like that too much. All right, a new day. So we get more lions, which is great. We have a training camp. So this will change our Okay, so this is actually good because we have a lot of these guys. So let's throw that right there. Another training camp. Okay. So maybe we can get our entire stack of militia improved. We'll see. So as your hero passes by, looks like I can upgrade this. What's it do? I mean, it's definitely costing money, but what does it do? Maybe it does it faster, but it will change your units for you. We have a mountain fortress. I mean, I don't think we're going to see another day before we get to the boss. Alright, so we got... What did we get? 139 now. And they are a better unit. They do double the damage. Let's go. We got some trolls. These guys should give us strength items based on what I read about the troll circle. 139. That's a big hit by the infantry. Lost 15 lines, really. Man, get out of here with that noise. Alright, minus 16 of a stat that he's pretty poor in already. This is going to be plus 21 intelligence. For monster, adds tag melee. Adds tag alive. Scales from strength. Unit stat damage scales from strength. So I think this is actually a really good ring, given our team comp. This will lower his strength by 8. Or his damage. It's minus 6 right now. Minus 16 speed. This is minus 16 knowledge. I think I'm okay with this. What is this? Adjacent tiles produce 20% of the normal units. I like that quite a bit. Got a graveyard. Mountain Fortress, I'm going to hold off on it. We just don't need it. It's going to make him stronger. So instead we want to see if maybe we can take him out. Instead of losing to the boss, right? We don't want to lose to the boss. Let's throw this down. Let's go. We got one fight before the boss. Let's go. Just takes out the whole stack. The 19 Heraldic Lions. Such a beast unit, man. Let's see. What do we have? This will strengthen our Heraldic Lions. Plus 13 strength. Is this the team that we like going in? Heavy infantry with 50 health. Good attack. 53 health for the knight mages. 15 through 16. These guys hit 8 through 9. But they do lower the defense. So I think we'll keep the clerics. And let's go. Here we go. Okay, so he's got 240. Wow, 180. Okay, so this is going to be a tough fight, man. Let's hope our lions can hang in there. Alright, big hit there. Big hit there. Okay, so our clerics are like down, man. I can't sub them in battle, no. Can't. Fun thing to try out, I suppose. Alright, so that stack of lions is down. That is not good. Alright, so this guy's just going to delete whoever he attacks. Let's see, the Kelpie... This guy's actually hit for pretty good, but let's hit you. Alright, Cleric is down. One good stack of Lions is down as well. Alright, nice job, Lion. Let's go back line with you. Boom. Alright, good job. I think our Lions are going to prevail. I mean, just doing so much damage. And down goes the Kelpie. Got one more stack of vampires here. Let's take them out. Boom. And down he goes. You surprised me, Duke. I shouldn't have underestimated your will. This mistake will cost you immortality. We'll meet again when the Grail reveals itself. Okay, so that is victory. 8 days, 3 loops, 1,600 gold. You kind of saw the hero breakdown there. Obviously, we took means to make the enemy weaker, which is definitely what you want to do. If you don't focus on that, then you can really find yourself in a pretty tough spot where the final boss is very, very strong. Obviously, the MVP, the Heraldic Lions, stumbled into it, and they did wonderful things for us. I do like the kind of HOMM style battle system or stat system, more like. Obviously, it's much different than HOMM, but I like how the stats kind of scale like an HOMM would, depending on the stats of your hero. And it's also a fun little loop, right? Fun little loop system. In a lot of ways like Loop Hero, but I think it takes on its own personality as well. So this has been Kingdom Loop. If you want to try it out for yourself, definitely just email me or reach out to me on Discord. Both links will be in the video description below. I have 5 playtest keys that will be good through July 25th. So obviously redeem the key and play the game. Give any feedback you like to the Discord. And also add the game to your wish list as well if you like what you saw here. I think the game has promise. I do like I really did enjoy Loop Hero. And I like any game that tries to sort of, I guess, take on a similar persona, but obviously make itself its own, which this game certainly does. Definitely enjoyed my time with Kingdom Loop, and if you did as well, smash the like button and consider becoming a subscriber if you're new here. So I'm going to get on out of here, my friends. Thanks again so much. I do appreciate it, and I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.